And we welcome you back to R.A. Faginal Hall, halftime of this game between Elmhurst and Wheaton College. And the Blue Jays lead it by 5 here by a score of 31-26. Mark Kruger along with Luke Tanaka. And Luke, we got the first half statistics here. And, the pace of this game was really good. It was a good flow to it. Not a lot of turnovers by either team. Only 7 in that first half by the Blue Jays and only 4 for Wheaton.
Yeah, the 7 turnovers is a big statistic thus far in this game. Wheaton really, nothing jumps out on the score sheet for Wheaton overall throughout the season, although they're 10-1. They get more opportunities. They out-rebound their opponents. They force more turnovers. And they're +8 in the rebounding this year. And so they have 7 players that shoot over 40% and have 50 attempts. So they haven't really been able to do that against Elmhurst because Elmhurst's strength is down low in their rebounding with McMahon and Schwartman. So Wheaton hasn't been able to impose their game and their influence yet on the Blue Jays, and that's shown in the 5-point deficit.
Leading the way in the first half, Fiona McMahon was the only player in double figures. She had 12. Karen Sinnett had 8 first half points. Devin Vaughn with 5. Hannah Littman with 4. Whitney Schaefer with 2 first half points for the Blue Jays. As far as the Thunder, they were led by Ellie Zeller. She had 9. Katie McDaniels had 7. Lauren Graham, Chantal Meacham each with 3. And Maris Hovey and Mariah Reeves each with 2 points in that first half. One other number I'd like to point out as far as the stats go is that Elmhurst out-rebounded Wheaton in that first half, 24-17. So let's hope that can continue for the Blue Jays here as we begin second half action with Hovey mishandling that pass, and the Blue Jays will get it back.
There's Schwartman back in the game. She's got 2 fouls, sat for much of the first half, has not taken a shot. We'll see if she can impose her will down low. She's got Graham on her instead of Hovey, who's on McMahon.
Starting 5 out there for both teams. Schwartman just under 16 points per game, the leading scorer for the Blue Jays. Her shot no good. But Reeves was out of bounds when she had contact with the ball, so it's going to be Blue Jays basketball.
You can already see it. They started with McMahon on this side, then they posted up Schwartman on the far side, swung the ball around, and there was Schwartman.
Oh, no, that's not going to be on Schwartman, is it?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, my. Boy, Tethany Carrillo quickly off the bench. Boy, she was talking to Melanie Schwartman while they were warming up at halftime for about 4 minutes on the bench. And now, 30 seconds into the second half, Melanie Schwartman picks up her 3rd foul, and she is going to have to get out of the game. Shot by Graham is no good. McMahon with the rebound. Man, that's going to be tough. Losing
Schwartman's a big blow. Obviously, your leading scorer, your second leading rebounder, but also just the fact that Wheaton loves to out-rebound teams, and, I mean, that's just what they do. That's how they win games. And without one of your top players on the floor, especially down low with Elmhurst, it's going to be really tough to get by as there she goes out of the game.
So Melanie sits down. Claire Monroe, number 33, comes in to replace her. 1902 will mark that down.
Another stat. How about 7 second chance points for Elmhurst, 0 for Wheaton?
Yeah. Devin Vaughn from behind the arc, a little too strong. Rebound to McDaniels. A little over a minute gone by here in the second half. Blue Jays still with that 5-point lead. Drive is short by Zeller. We got a whistle. Ball goes out of bounds to the Blue Jays. 18:33 left to play here in the second half.
Hovey again mishandling what looked like a rebound for her on the offensive end.
Hovey guarding McMahon as that ball is knocked out of bounds. It will remain Blue Jay basketball. Littman is going to inbound it here for the Blue Jays. Littman, Vaughn, Sinnett, McMahon, and Monroe out there for Coach Carrillo. Oh boy, it looked like Sinnett got away with that elbow a little trying to create some space from the defender, but the official didn't call nothing. It'll remain Blue Jay ball here. Devin Vaughn will inbound it here with 14 seconds to go on the shot clock. Vaughn still holding, now gets it into Sinet. Or check that, she got it into Claire Monroe. The shot by McMahon is no good. Reeves picks up her dribble, now gives to Hovey, and there's going to be an offensive foul is going to be called on Hovey. It's her first, and it's the team's first of the second half. Comes at the 18:06 mark.
They tried to feed McMahon on the last possession. Let's see if they do it once again. They have the deep outlet pass, but that's a really hard touch pass, regardless of who it is trying to feed it into McMahon.
Hovey fronting her, trying to avoid that entry pass. Whoa, kind of a floater that time by Sinet. She got it to go. First points of the second half.
It's funny, McMahon almost boxed out Hovey, who was, trying to go over to help play some help defense as the defender got beat, and Sinet took advantage.
Sinet, the second Blue Jay in double figures now. She's got 10. McMahon has a dozen. At the other end, that shot good by Zeller. Speaking of double figures, Ellie now with 11. 33-28, each team with a field goal here in the second half. Monroe with a bounce pass to Devin Vaughn. Sinet looking to get it inside. Now they finally do. McMahon can't get it. It was knocked out of bounds by McDaniels. And so Wheaton going to the bench here. It's like number 23, that's Maria Panaggio back into the game. Here's McMahon, good position, turnaround off the glass is good.
Great set play.
14 for McMahon. The lead is 7.
You could tell they really want to feed McMahon badly. Let's see where this Wheaton offense is going to come from. I'm not sure, as McDaniels hasn't had a great night.
She misses there, and the rebound, Devin Vaughn.
Only a 7. She's averaging 18.4 on the season.
3-ball attempt by Monroe is good. So the senior, Claire Monroe, contributing off the bench, or the sophomore, I should say, Claire Monroe, out of West Chicago, and a timeout taken by Wheaton here. The lead is 10, and that's the biggest lead for the Blue Jays. They led by 10 in the first half as well.
Monroe with that one shot already over her season average. That's a big 3 to give them a 10-point lead. And Wheaton obviously calling the timeout here. I'm not sure where the offense is coming for Wheaton. I mean, they have a ton of options. They have 3 players that average double figures, but we haven't seen Considine. I don't even see a number 30 on the bench. So that's something else. That's something I'm wondering about. She's played in 5 games this year and averaged 13.4 points. Started 5 points. Maybe she's injured now. She started earlier in the season.
Yeah, I believe she's got to be injured because I don't even see 30 on the bench there for Wheaton.
That's right. Maybe that might be her on the far end of the bench.
Street clothes, yeah.
Right. So she's that injury's gonna obviously hurt Wheaton going forward. But if she did play the 5 games, I'm not sure if she played against Whitewater, which is obviously their biggest win of the season, the number 8 team in the country. But so without her, there's 2 double-digit scorers. We'll see. Graham stepped up a little bit. Zeller, who has averaged 11, already has 11, I believe. So we'll see where this offense, who's going to run the offense.
Well, there's a shot by Panaggio. Maybe she's the one. Hits from 15. And it's 38-30 now in favor of the Blue Jays as we are at the 6-minute mark of this second half.
Couldn't be more polar opposite for the Blue Jays. We all know who they want to have the ball. They want McMahon with the basketball down low. That's what they do best.
Away from the ball here. It's going to be on Maria Panaggio. That is her 3rd. So 3 fouls on Panaggio. She's the only Thunder in foul trouble. The Blue Jays with Melanie Shortman with a 3 foul. She's on the bench currently for Elmhurst. Sinet picks up her dribble backdoor. Nice bounce pass into McMahon, who lays it in. Nice bounce pass that time by Claire Monroe.
Great hustle to get it away as she's falling down.
Hovey's put back, no good. Sinet got the rebound and a reach in, and we're going to have a held ball between Sinet and Zeller. Good aggressive play by Zeller there, getting her hands in and tying up Sinet. And on the held ball, it will go to the Thunder here. 15:24 remaining in the game. Panaggio going to the glass, so a couple of field goals by Maria Panaggio off the bench here in the second half. McMahon can't handle that pass, but McDaniels was out of bounds. So the Blue Jays fortunate to get that one back.
There's about 2 or 3 players always around the middle where Fiona McMahon is making her living down there. But the 3-point shots, if you're Elmhurst, you still don't want to rely on those. So you're still going to go down there regardless of whether McMahon's got 1, 2, 3, or 4 players on her down low.
3 ball is good by Claire Monroe, her second from downtown. Boy, she is contributing nicely. Dishing off assists, hitting from beyond the arc.
Great contributions off the bench.
11-point lead. Hovey's shot is short. McMahon with yet another rebound. Devin Vaughn in the open floor, comes to a jump stop and brings it out. The drive by Sinet off the glass, a little too strong. Hovey with the rebound.
Boy, what a great drive.
Yeah, I was just going to say a great drive. She just didn't finish. McDaniels directing traffic now, and we got another whistle away from the ball, down on the block. Some bagging and shoving going around. They're going to hit Sinet, I believe, with the foul. It's her first. It's the second team foul. All right, so Melanie Shortman is back in there at the 14:20 mark. She left at the 19:02 mark. Monroe comes away with it for Elmhurst. The drive by Sinet, a little too strong. Hovey with the rebound. Gets it off to Zeller. Zeller brings it up. No foul called as the defender goes down. Sinet, she's still down. And Panaggio hitting again from the left side, and the officials stop play to make sure Sinet is okay.
I think she took maybe something in the head, the face region. I think she might have gotten a little shove, but she'll go out right now just for, I'm sure, a little bit to kind of regain composure, and she'll be back in shortly.
Yeah, hopefully she just got the wind knocked out of her. Kim Schwerdman, number 10, is into the game to replace her. But it's a 9-point lead here for the Blue Jays. We're at the 13:40 mark of the second half. We thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. It's been a good one here at RA Fagin Hall. Blue Jays with the lead. 7 on the shot clock. Schwerdman tried to dump it in, stolen by Panaggio. And a foul in the backcourt on Kim Schwerdman. Kim can't believe the call. Boy, Maria Panaggio is really having a nice game for Wheaton off the bench.
We were wondering who is going to be the scorer. I mean, Panaggio, she's only averaging 7 points a game, but she's got 7 in the last 4 or 5 minutes. It was who's going to step up for Wheaton? Is it going to be McDaniels? But right now it's Panaggio. She's got the hot hand.
3-ball attempt is good by Meacham. Meacham's second from downtown, so players off the bench contributing for Wheaton.
And Meacham, it's not surprising that Meacham is the one to hit a 3. She's tried 83 on the year, and she's 20 of 83, shooting 24%, but she'll hit them when she gets the opportunity.
Littman trying for the 3, but Vaughn gets an offensive rebound. 12:45 to go.
You can see Coach Carrillo just saying, hey, bring it out, bring it out.
On a traveling violation, a rare turnover by the Blue Jays here in this game.
That's been the key for their success thus far. Not turning the ball over, out-rebounding Wheaton, getting more opportunities at the basket than the Thunder.
You know, in that first half, too, Luke, Blue Jays only went to the foul line just once. Wow. And Wheaton was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. So it was a kind of a good pace to that first half as we see McDaniels connecting down low. And it's been a good pace in the second half as well. 43-39, Blue Jays by 4. Melanie's got to look for her shot. Littman backs out. Kim with 8 on the shot clock drives. Still trying to drive. Split a couple of defenders off the glass. No. Battling for the rebound, and then Wheaton comes away with it. Man. And that one's going to go out of bounds off of Elmhurst, off of Claire Monroe. And so Fiona McMahon is going to come back into the game. Shortman's going to sit down.
McMahon obviously leaving the game, get a breather. It's nice to have Shortman to come in, even though she's got the 3 fouls and the fact that she didn't pick up another one.
Panaggio is blocked by McMahon. Right away, Fiona coming in and making her presence known.
Yeah, they're double teaming her. She wants the ball, but they got 2 girls on her.
Oh, Monroe, boy, I thought that was on line. Kim Shortman, no. And the rebound taken down by Sarah Drury. Drury quickly ahead to Reeves. Reeves picks up her dribble, brings it out. 3-ball attempt by Meacham is good. Her 3rd from behind the arc. And the Thunder are within 1, 43-42, timeout Elmhurst.
That's her role on the team. She shot 100 on the year, and they think, Ray Allen coming off the bench. I mean, what's she going to do? She's going to park herself out on the three-point line, and she's going to hit threes. And Wheaton, all of a sudden, with great contributions from the bench, Panaggio and Meacham, all of a sudden, it's a 1-point ball game.
15 points off the bench for the Thunder. 8 points off the bench for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst will continue to play here at R.A. Fagenal Hall. This Saturday, they'll continue CCIW play as they'll host Millikan University right here at R.A. Fagenal Hall. Tip-off is scheduled for 2 p.m. And then they'll continue to play here at R.A. Fagenal Hall 1 week from tonight, January 15th against North Park University. That tip-off is set for 7 p.m. before they go on the road in Naperville against North Central College on January 18th.
That Millikan game is going to be extremely important for the Blue Jays. As we see in the preseason poll, the Blue Jays were 5th, just 2 points in the coaches poll behind the Millikan Big Blue, and so that game is going to be a very big one if the Blue Jays want to get into that postseason tournament, even though it might end in a tough matchup in the tournament. Just to get in, I think, would be a success for the Blue Jays.
All right, here we go. Elmhurst. After the timeout, Katie Swanson into the game, number 11, by the way. The drive by Schaefer as she gets the roll. Boy, a kind roll that time for Whitney Schaefer. 3-point lead for the Blue Jays, 45-42. 10:45 left to play in regulation. Elmhurst and Wheaton College coming to you from R.A. Fagenal Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. Shot down on the block, no good by Drury, but she was fouled and she'll come to the line to shoot 2.
McMahon had her hands up, but you could tell she kind of leaned in as Drury took that shot. Drury will go to the line. She is the leader in free throw percentage for the Thunder, shooting 85% from the stripe.
Hits the first one. She'll have one more. Back into the game for the Thunder, Ellie Zeller. Number 20, she had a good first half for Wheaton. Second free throw is also perfect by Drury. Well, a 1-point game here, folks. 10:30 remaining here in regulation. Drive by Swanson is good. So Katie Swanson with her first points of the game. Blue Jays back up by 3. Everybody contributing here tonight for Coach Carrillo. Can they finish, though? That's the big question.
That's been the question all year for the Blue Jays.
Reeves with kind of a runner, and she got it to go. Both teams starting to heat up a little bit.
And it's been the defense that has kept the Blue Jays in this ball game. And Wheaton starting hitting a couple of shots. You wonder if they're going to start getting some of their confidence back.
Back to a 1-point lead. Oh, beautiful pass by McMahon. Set up nicely by Sinet. 18 for McMahon. She's the game's high scorer.
That's the connection Elmhurst is looking for every time. Sinet to McMahon down low. If they body her up on the front, they'll try to just drop it in over them.
Another running one-hander, no good, but Zeller with the offensive rebound. McDaniel spots up, and she buries the 3. Boy, you really got to close out on her. You can't give her time.
Oh, yeah. Her shot takes a little while to develop, but if it develops, you got to watch out because it's just going to start raining shots from McDaniels if you let her have some space.
She's got 12. Sinet trying to answer, and she does with a 3 of her own. Karen Sinet with 13. The lead is back up to 3. 8:54 remaining. Stay with us, folks. This is going to be a good finish, I got a feeling. McDaniels pops out, left baseline. Now she dribbles up to the top. 10 on the shot clock now for the Thunder. That shot from the right corner is good by Reeves. That's a 3. And we're tied at 52. Wow.
These teams can't miss.
Both teams catching fire here in the last couple of moments. Tied at 52, 18-15, or I should say 8:15 remaining here in this second half. Vaughn with 7 on the shot clock, and a blocking foul is going to be called. Devin with a nice drive.
Coach Carrillo was just livid on that last possession. She wanted, I think, a push called somewhere away from the ball. They've been calling it for most of the night. I didn't see it, so I can't say that they should have called it, but wouldn't have been inconsistent with what we've seen tonight.
Well, they're going to hit Ellie Zeller with a blocking foul. That's her second. It's only the 3rd team foul for Wheaton here in the second half. Swanson dribbling up top, drives, now kicks it off to Sinet. McMahon at the top looking for an outlet. Now she tosses it back to Sinet. 17 on the shot clock. McMahon double teamed immediately, kicking out. Good ball movement. Sinet drives, tried to dish it off to McMahon, and Wheaton comes away with it. Panaggio went down on the floor to get it. Boy, right idea by the Blue Jays. Pretty good defense that time by Wheaton. Got to give them credit. All the way, shot by Zeller is no good. Blue Jays come away with it.
Those 50-50 balls are going to be what really, to me, what matters in this last 7 minutes of this ball game. Those 50-50 balls are going to be crucial.
Schaefer was a little too strong at the Blue Jay end. Answering at the other end is Ellie Zeller. 13 for Zeller, and it's a 2-point Wheaton lead.
Probably the first time Wheaton's led this half for sure, as the Elmhurst got out to another 10-point advantage, and Wheaton's just scrapped their way back.
Elmhurst led by as many as 10 here in this second half, but give some credit to the Thunder. Devin Vaughn with a 3-ball, that's no good. McDaniels with the rebound. 6:50 remaining in the game. McDaniels pushing it up, taking it all the way, a foul on Sinet. And so Katie McDaniels will come to the line for the first time in the game. Second foul, I'm sorry, Luke. Second foul on Karen Sinet.
Excuse me, Martha. McDaniels, another one of Wheaton's top free throw shooters, shooting at 75%. But not this time.
Hits the back iron and bounces out. We'll take one more of those. It's a 2-point lead for the Thunder.
Elmhurst going back to their McMahon-Schwartman combination. Panaggio also back in for Wheaton.
6:44. Oh, boy. 2 rare misses by Katie McDaniels. 54-52 Thunder. 6:37 remaining. And both Melanie Schwartman and Fiona McMahon back in there in the lineup together. 3 ball, that one no good by Schaefer. McDaniels dribbling with the left hand, gives it out to Hovey. Panaggio from way deep, and a foul. Oh my, is that going to be on Melanie again?
That's 4.
Boy, oh boy, Melanie Schwartman has just been plagued with foul trouble this whole game. She has now picked up her 4th.
And
Blue Jays leading scorer.
I didn't see that. I wasn't sure because it seemed like she was boxing out.
Yeah,
it was way away from the basket.
It just seemed like on the box out. But boy, oh boy, she's going to have to leave the game here now with the 4 fouls. She has been held scoreless in the game. She's the Blue Jays leading scorer, averaging about 16 a game. Vaughn inside to Melanie, and she can't get it. Putback is no good, but she is fouled, so she'll come to the line to shoot 2. And with 5:52 remaining, I don't see Coach Carrillo going to her bench. I think she's going to leave Melanie out there.
I think that she has confidence both in Melanie and in, I think, Fiona McMahon's fitness as well, because really they love to switch about, and they haven't really played a lot of the both of them in at the same time. But I think Schwartman here in her little cold spell has to be a product of her spending so much time on the bench.
See if she can manage the second free throw. And that one is good. So her first point of the game. And I agree with this move by Coach Carrillo, keeping her out there with the 4 fouls. You're down by 1, playing against a good team in Wheaton. I think you need your best out there. 5:40 remaining. Panaggio kicks it out to Hovey. McDaniels in the right corner. 14 on the shot clock. Hovey drives left baseline. Scoop shot is good. Up and under McMahon. Boy, beautiful move there by Hovey. Wheaton by 3. 5:20 to go. Here's McMahon to Sinet. Schwartman, and she is fouled going to the hoop. So Melanie will come back to the line here to shoot 2.
They're not afraid to feed their leading scorer the ball, even though she's got 4 fouls. They know Schwartman's smart, going to be smart with the basketball in these last 5 minutes.
Zeller with the foul. That's her 3rd. It's the 5th team foul. And Melanie gets the free throw to go. And sometimes, Luke, it's just as simple as hitting a couple of free throws to get your confidence back offensively to get rolling.
That's right. That's 3 in a row for her now on the last 2 possessions.
And the Blue Jays are within 1. Need a stop here defensively. Coming up on the 5-minute mark. McDaniels dribbling. Backdoor cut by Zellers. They kick it out to Hovey. Panaggio. A miss. Oh, but look at Zeller with the offensive rebound. Great hustle. Pull-up shot by Reeves is no good. Hovey with the offensive rebound. She gets fouled.
Like I said, those 50-50 balls.
Wheaton had, 4 opportunities that time to score this trip down. It's going to end in a couple of Hovey free throws. Fouls on Littman, her 2nd.
Wheaton in the second half has missed some of these key free throws that very well could be the difference down the stretch.
Yeah, McDaniels missed a couple of free throws. Hovey there now 1 of 2 from the foul line. So it's a 2-point Wheaton game here. 4:43 to go. Blue Jays can tie it up or take the lead with a long one. Melanie drives, stops at the elbow, gives to Sinet. Bounce pass inside to McMahon. She goes off the glass and in. Fiona McMahon ties the game up at 57.
Bread and butter right there.
McMahon with 20. 4:16 to go in regulation. Panaggio thought about it from the elbow. Hovey 15 on the shot clock. Skip pass over here to Panaggio. Reeves takes the shot. It's no good. McMahon with a rebound. Now a chance for the Blue Jays to take the lead. Under 4 minutes to go in regulation. Near over the back foul by Hovey. Sinet looks up at the clock. 8 on the shot clock now. Schwartman will launch up the 3. Melanie a little too strong. Hovey with the rebound. 3.5 left to go. The drive, a little too strong by Zeller. Crowd wanting a traveling violation, but they're not going to get it. Instead, it's going to be a foul on Hannah Lippman. That's her 3rd. And so Zeller to the line to shoot 2. Zeller 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Now she's 2 of 3. She's got 14. And she'll have 1 more coming. It's a 1-point lead for the Thunder.
There goes Schwartman. She's going to go out now at the 3:24 mark. And we'll see when Coach Carrillo decides that it's time to put her back into the ballgame.
Second free throw is also good by Zeller. 15 points for Ellie Zeller. And a timeout taken here by the Wheaton Thunder. 3:24 remaining in regulation. The Thunder lead at 59-57. As we mentioned, Fiona McMahon is the game's leading scorer. She has 20, 12 of those coming in that first half. Karen Sinet has 13 points. Those are the only 2 Blue Jays in double figures. As far as the Thunder are concerned, Katie McDaniels has a dozen. Ellie Zeller has 15 points for the Thunder. Those are the only 2 Wheaton players in double figures so far here tonight.
What I've really been impressed with the Thunder in this half is the presence off the bench. Panaggio and Meacham both coming in, hitting 3 balls. They have 6 field goals apiece. Meacham has 3 balls. Panaggio with the 3 deuces, and that's really been what's carried them, because McDaniels is below her season average with 12. She averages 18. Zeller is right around her average, but they've really had to step up, these bench players, with the loss of Considine, who is out with an injury and has been for about 6 or 7 games now.
Yeah, if you're going to battle for a CCIW conference title, you certainly are going to need contributions from a lot of players, especially with people off your bench. Sinet with 7 on the shot clock now for the Blue Jays, looking for an outlet. 3 on the shot clock, 2-1 Lippman at the buzzer. It's short, but McMahon gets an offensive rebound.
Carrillo wants to set it up. She wants the pick and roll here.
2:40 remaining in regulation. Blue Jays trail by 2. Lippman got bailed out. Foul is going to be on Hovey. Hannah Lippman should come to the line, and she is for the first time tonight. Hovey's 3rd.
Lippman shoots at a 92% clip. Only I believe the third time in the ball game where Hannah Lippman the Blue Jays as a team have come to the free throw line.
Now the Blue Jays here in this second half now are 5 of 6. They're 5 of 6 from the foul line here in the second half, and we're tied at 59. 2.5 minutes remaining. Mark Kruger, Luke Tanaka coming to you from R.A. Fagin Hall. A shot is good by Hovey. Lead is back up to 2 now for the Thunder, 61-59. Blue Jays looking to get a good look here.
There's
inside McMahon. 1 dribble. Shot is off, but she was fouled on the shot. So McMahon will come to the line where she is 0 for 1 from the foul line here in the game. And that foul is on Hovey. That's her fourth. 2:06 left to play.
That would be a big loss if Hovey had to come out of this game. Although with 2 minutes, I think that Coach Madsen may just leave her in because McMahon can go on tears, and you know Elmhurst is going to want to feed Coach Carrillo, and they're going to want to feed her as much as they can, especially if Hovey comes out of this ball game, which it looks like she will not.
Now Panaggio comes in for Drury. Second one by McMahon is good. 2 clutch free throws by Fiona McMahon. She's got 22, and we're tied at 61. Exactly 2 minutes remaining in regulation. What a game.
Back and forth, good flow, not a lot of fouls.
Meacham's 3 is off the mark. Good box out by McMahon. Blue Jays now with a chance to take the lead. See if they get it inside to McMahon. Sinet left wide open from the foul line. Too strong. Hovey with the rebound. Panaggio doesn't have the numbers. McDaniels got double teamed. Kicks it out to Hovey. Skip pass. Here's Panaggio with the shot. It's no good, but Devin Vaughn fouled Panaggio. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
She got there late, but I think she just got enough of Panaggio for her to fall backwards, and that's what drew the foul.
That's Vaughn's third. So Panaggio will shoot 2. First time to the foul line for Panaggio, and she buries it. Maria with 7 points, all of them here in the second half for the Thunder. 1 point lead for Wheaton. Second free throw. Back iron, no good. Vaughn tipped it out of bounds. It'll be Wheaton ball. Boy, oh boy. You got to grab that rebound.
That's right. She tried to go up with one hand, almost cupped it over the top instead of just even if she's going to grab it with one hand. You think you got to at least go under it to try to secure it, football style. But
Melanie Schwartman back into the game.
That's a key turnover for the Blue Jays right there.
1:15 to go here in the game. Inside to Hovey off the glass and in. Wheaton by 3, 64-61.
McMahon came to help and left Hovey wide open.
Huge possession for the Blue Jays, trailing by 3. Oh, and it's picked off. Panaggio came around Schwartman for the steal. Huge defensive play by Maria Panaggio. Boy, now you almost need a definite stop for the Blue Jays. 45 seconds left. 14 on the shot clock.
It's a must-stop possession here for the Blue Jays. They cannot let this ball go in the basket.
8 on the shot clock. Hovey gives it off to Zeller. Zeller drives and a foul with 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Zeller to the line to shoot 2.
And here comes 2 huge free throws from Zeller.
Fiona McMahon with the foul. That's her third. And a timeout taken by Coach Carrillo, a 30-second timeout. Zeller, by the way, is 3 for 4 from the foul line in the game tonight.
63% on the season. So she's above that clip right now, but she seems dialed in from the free throw line today. No hesitation.
She's got 15 points. She's a leading scorer for the Thunder in this game, but boy, how about that steal by Maria Panaggio? She came around Melanie Schwartman for the steal. A big play for the Thunder in this game.
I totally agree. In this second half, Panaggio has been a huge piece of this team. I mean, she had 7 quick points early in the half to get Wheaton back into the game when they were trailing by 10. That really big steal right there. And also, how about Hovey down low? She hasn't been the scoring threat that she's not much of a scoring threat, but she does everything else for the Thunder.
All right, here we go. 2 key free throws for Ellie Zeller. It's a 4-point lead for the Thunder. I believe this is the biggest lead of the game for Wheaton. Boy, oh boy, Zeller buries 2 clutch free throws. It's a 5-point lead for the Thunder, 66-61 with a half a minute remaining. Sinet drives, Can't get it to go. Rebound Hovey, and Sinet fouls her immediately with 17 and 2/10 seconds remaining. Man, this is a nice drive. Sinet had a good look, but just hit the back of the rim, bounced out. Hovey got the rebound, and she was fouled immediately. And so it's a double bonus situation here, so 2 shots coming for Hovey. Hovey hitting that free throw as Wheaton pulling it away from the foul line here in the final seconds of this game. And that's the mark of a good team, hitting key free throws down the stretch. That one no good, but an offensive rebound by Zeller, and that should wrap it up. And another foul by McMahon. She fouls McDaniels with 11 and 9/10 seconds remaining. Fiona McMahon with her 4th, and that'll bring Katie McDaniels to the line. She'll shoot 2.
Yeah, it's just been the 50-50 balls, the free throws, and the fact that Elmhurst, I think, has been stuck on 61 for a while here now.
McDaniels buries the 2 free throws. She's got 14, 69 to 61. And you're going to look at this score tomorrow morning, but this game has been a lot closer than that. Littman's 3 at the buzzer is no good. And your final score here from R.A. Faginal Hall, Wheaton Thunder 69, the Blue Jays of Elmhurst 61. So Elmhurst is now 8-5 overall, 0-2 in the CCIW. Meanwhile, the Wheaton Thunder improved to 11-1 overall and now 2-0 in conference play. And if you're Tethny Carrillo and the Blue Jays, Luke, this was a tough loss to take.
Very agreed. And Wheaton, one of the favorites in the CCIW this year. Obviously, they're struggling with some injury problems right now, but regardless, they're still a really good team, and Elmhurst really played them down to the wire. I hope that they can at least take some confidence out of this, and the fact that they played a great game. They came out firing in both halves, and it was just a few baskets at the end. They needed offense at the end, and they just need one player to step up. I don't know who it's going to be. Sometimes it's hard because the opposing team is zeroing in on McMahon and Schwartman, because and Schwartman was in foul trouble all day, all tonight, and she really struggled with only 3 points, and so I think you could still build some confidence from it, but it's obviously a very stinging loss, especially because Wheaton's the number 14 team in the country. They are a very good squad, and to come this close, but I think that they'll be able to take some confidence into what is really one of the biggest games on their schedule, and that's home against Milliken on Saturday.
That'll be Saturday afternoon. Yeah, real quickly, the scoring leaders here for the Wheaton Thunder. It was Ellie Zeller leading the way. She had 17. Katie McDaniels had 14. Maris Hovey in double figures with 10. Meacham off the bench had 9. Panaggio had 7. Those 2 players Luke talked about coming off the bench and contributing for the Thunder. As far as the Blue Jays, well, Fiona McMahon was the game-high scorer with 22. We talked about Melanie. She was in foul trouble, only had 3. Devin Vaughn had 5. Karen Sinet in double figures with 13. Littman with 6. Monroe had a couple of 3 balls in the second half. She ended up with 6 points for the Blue Jays. So that will do it. From R.A. Faginal Hall, for our executive producer, Kevin Juday, our director, Phil Petrosic, our producer, Glenn Liljeberg, and camera operator, Kevin O'Rourke, for Luke Tanaka, Mark Kruger saying so long from Elmhurst. Again, the Thunder with the win, 69-61 over the Elmhurst College Blue Jays. We thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody. Next time, so long, everybody. Next time, so long, everybody.